a Martini production.
To Carpool Collecting. Let's get moving. Hey everyone, John, the Everyday Collector here, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing another carpool collecting today, and we're going to be discussing, of course, some Hot Toys. Hot Toys has been really in the news lately. I think even over the statue companies, Hot Toys has just been stealing the news in 6 scale. But of course, we're going to be discussing today none other than the Joker that Hot Toys has put up, the direct competition to InArt, as well as the Anakin, both from their Artisan line, the new Artisan line by Hot Toys, which includes rooted hair. Super exciting to see what Hot Toys is doing here. It's their first real attempt to combat InArt and what InArt's done with their Joker. Is it the same quality? I don't know. That's going to be a different show. But, so far from what we're seeing, it's looking good. Hot Toys has put out the Joker with a limited edition, as well as the Anakin. The Joker limited to 4,000, and the Anakin limited to only 3,000. And that's exciting. Although the one drawback to that still is that the pieces aren't individually numbered, which I really would like them to do. I think without numbering the pieces individually, that limited edition number means nothing. But again, it's still a step in the right direction, in my opinion, to give some sort of exclusivity to the item. So let's talk about it. The Joker is going to be, they're actually both going to be going up. Both the Joker and Anakin are going to be going up for pre-order this week. So I wanted to come on here and kind of prep you guys. If you haven't heard, Sideshow is going to be carrying both the Joker and the Anakin Artisan edition, and they'll be carrying the Joker, the sculpted version as well. The Joker, so both the Joker rooted and sculpted will be going up for order August 17th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And the Anakin will be going up for order August 18th, the next day, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So be ready if you're interested in these. Don't buy them because of FOMO. Really like these pieces because they're going to be pricey. Now, you will miss out if you don't order the first day, unless they reopen the orders or do some funny business afterwards. But these will sell quick, and that's not to introduce FOMO. You should always collect by your means and not go above those means. Collect responsibly, like I always say. But if these are ones you're interested in, I would jump on them fairly quickly. Now, you should be, of course, already RSVP'd to both releases if you're interested, whichever one you're interested in. Now, again, this is going to be more for the Artisan line. The Joker sculpted hair will go up for order as well, but I think you'll be okay to order that one afterwards. That doesn't necessarily have to be day one. Now, that's speculation on my end, but I think you will be safe not ordering it right away. But that rooted version of both characters will fly. They will fly off the shelf. So get a few little tips. Go on to Sideshow, sign up for the RSVP. I don't know how much that's going to help in the sense that by the time Sideshow emails you, if it's going to be up already. So I would still RSVP, but I would really be prepped on the Sideshow site to place the order and have all your banking information updated. Be logged in and have all your banking information updated as well. And then you can consider, if you have, let's say, Sideshow rewards points, you can consider using those. But then again, if that's going to slow you down or whatever, clicking it to include it or whatever, the amount, I don't know. That can all slow you down. Just be prepared with your payment information so that it's up to date. Because like I said, I think these are going to sell really quickly. And I'll be honest, I'm going to try to grab them because, I've always been an advocate of Hot Toys. I've been collecting Hot Toys since 2008. Mark III, Iron Man Mark III suit was my first Iron Man in 2008. And I fell in love with Hot Toys. Hot Toys has always been, I've always loved them. I've always had an emotional attachment to them. And over the last few years, you just saw, with COVID coming in and all these new collectors coming into the market, you just saw all these reissues. And it just killed the market. It really just killed the market. All the original releases were being reissued, and it's like, what fun is this, honestly, to be collecting, to have everything reissued? And, I think Hot Toys is really pivoting now because you just can't maintain it, right? Hot Toys, so many of their pieces, Star Wars line pieces, Marvel, we won't even talk about Marvel, my God, just sat on Sideshow's site. You almost couldn't give away some of those figures for free. And Hot Toys, they're not going for that anymore. So I really, really like to see this. I've always been clamoring for a limited release, and I really like to see what they're doing here with the edition sizes. Now, again, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't know, it's like throwing dirt at a wall and seeing if it's going to stick.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's just saying, I think the number's there to induce FOMO in the community. Because if my piece isn't numbered, then what's the edition size really? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Because they've done previous limited releases before. For example, there was an Iron Man suit that was limited to 3,000, for example, back in the day. But never numbered. I don't know what's preventing these 6-scale companies to number their pieces. This would have been Hot Toys, like, drop in the bucket to stand really apart from InArt by actually numbering the pieces. But we'll see. They also dropped today a preview of their the prototype of their they're doing a quarter scale Iron Man Mark III golden armor in quarter scale, though. It's going to be a Shanghai exclusive, limited to only 300 pieces. And don't be fooled, they mentioned a specific serial number on them. And that's not the first time that we're seeing that. We got to see serial numbers on that Loki, President Loki, that they teased a while back that everyone forgot about, really. You haven't really heard anything about that one anymore. But instead of putting the serial number, put the edition size on it. Or you know what would be cool? If it could be like a fig pin concept, or if you guys are familiar with XM Studios, how their statues work is you could put the serial number in online and it kind of registers that you're the owner. And then I think at that point, even that would be a great idea to have Hot Toys introduce the edition size. So it's like you put in your serial number, you can go online, and there's like a certificate online of now you're the owner and here's the edition size. I think that would be great. It gets the collector involved, and I think that exclusivity is there, and it's gonna be exciting. And this is all exciting with this Anakin and what do you call it, the Joker. But a lot of people are gonna miss out, right? And gonna pay aftermarket prices. Don't pay aftermarket prices, guys, unless you really, really want it. Don't overextend yourself here. They're gonna be nice. I think they're gonna be nice. I hope. I'm I'm going to stay positive for Hot Toys. I hope this is a real big pivot for them in trying to make a difference. But don't overextend yourself and be paying crazy aftermarket prices. And that's just my opinion. Collect responsibly and have fun. This hobby's meant to have fun. You don't want to overextend yourself, get the bill, and be like, hey, you know, regret it afterwards. Or take the chance of, you know, well, have the mentality that maybe I could resell it for more afterwards. Well, or I could resell it for what you're overpaying. That's a big risk. We see that a lot now in the statue community, where these pieces are selling way below retail, and they are they're limited edition with an edition size. So I know 6 scale and Hot Toys are different, but you know, they align with each other in certain aspects. But yeah, I'm gonna be there and try to order one, especially that Anakin, because I really do like that Anakin. Joker, I have the InArt one. I have the previous 2 releases from Hot Toys. I don't know how many Jokers we really need. I don't know if this was needed. In my personal opinion, this Joker would have been much better if it was the Nurse Joker. Right? If they did this Nurse Joker in this Artisan line, something that we haven't gotten yet, I think that would have been brilliant. To bring out the Joker now after InArt, look, the prototype photos, in my opinion, were horrendous. They didn't look good to me. Now, when they went to the show overseas and they had the prototype, it looked a lot better. The Joker looked a lot better. I'm still not digging the tongue to the side. I'm not digging that portrait whatsoever. But it did look better. So if Hot Toys can bring that to market and be in the production, that quality, they're gonna have a good product. But in my opinion, it's still not where InArt is. If you own the InArt version, it's not enough to make me want to sell my InArt to pick up this Joker. If you're one that held out, depending on the price point in my opinion is still up there, especially considering that the InArt came with the 2 rooted portraits as well as all the die-cast materials. We're not hearing that from from the Hot Toys at all, any die-cast. And I'm not necessarily digging the base as much as InArt. I think InArt really did well with the base, so keep that in mind. But again, I think this is too solid. This is really 2 solid products that Hot Toys are putting out to compete with InArt. If I was InArt, I'd be like, hey, okay, Hot Toys is here to play. And I think the big benefit that Hot Toys has is those, look at the licenses they're playing with. That Star Wars license, man. Can you imagine an Artisan Padme or Queen Amidala? Or there's just so much opportunity for this Artisan line. And I know there's a lot of collectors that aren't necessarily into rooted hair. But again, I think this is like the way InArt executed it. We're kind of out of the box. That rooted hair was well styled. That's what it's going to come down to, is out of the box, how much styling, how much preparation are these figures going to need. InArt's great out of the box. I know some collectors had some issues with the hair, but for the most part, great out of the box. Now, with Hot Toys, we saw Sideshow display it at the Sideshow Con, and that Anakin hair was disastrous. So that instilled a little doubt in my mind as to, well, what are we gonna get? Are we gonna get out of the box that Sideshow poofy hair? Then we're gonna have to style it, or was that just a mishap on Sideshow and on an early prototype? Again, try to stay positive, because I know from what it looks like Hot Toys is trying to improve and make try to improve and bring a better product to market. Anakin has a USB powered lightsaber. You'll love to see it. So exciting times to be a 6 scale collector, I'll tell you that. To have 2 companies go head to head like this, it's amazing. It's amazing. You have choices. You're gonna have these 2 companies bringing their best products forward. if Hot Toys can continue this, tighten up and make sure from prototype to production it's seamless, and amp up the product a little bit. I think they're a little light on accessories, and I really want to see them amp up their packaging like InArt did. InArt was a whole experience when you unbox that Joker. So if Hot Toys can kind of get to that level, I think it's going to be really interesting to see. But again, so far on the right foot. It's exciting to see what's coming down the pipeline from both companies, really. So I just wanted to come up here and discuss this a bit because I think it's important. I think these releases are going to be part of Hot Toys history, guys. Their first inductions into the Artisan line, man, it's exciting. And even to see Howard do that video. He did a video on the Joker, like a behind the scenes.
歡迎咁多位，而家見得到我哋台面啦，就有兩隻竹就搞呢個 project。
To see him come out just goes to show you, I think he's being squeezed, guys. This is not we're not in the times of collecting where you don't listen to the collector. These times, the way this market's going, with the way these prices in the aftermarket of all these figures and statues have plummeted, people selling collections and items sitting, there's no more pre-ordering. There's no more pre-ordering. So it's very interesting to see that how Hot Toys is now incentivizing the pre-order by putting that limited edition, creating that FOMO. Whether you agree with it, think it's good or bad, it's going to be part of the hobby now. And we're going to get back to what collecting was years back, where things would go up for pre-order, exclusives, gone. If you didn't pre-order it, that's it. So, yeah, let's get used to it. Let's get used to it. The hunt is fun. If everything's too readily available, it gets boring, in my opinion.
How dare you?
So, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's just the way it's going to be now. I really think so, because these releases that they're doing, all these releases have these edition sizes now. I do think it's smart what they did. One final point, I do think it's smart what they did with the Joker, where they give you the Artisan, which is supposed to be more of a prestigious, I would say, a step above, let's say the Joker, right? With that edition size, versus the Sculpted, which doesn't have the edition size. So you have both options so that you don't miss out. You may miss out on the exclusive rooted hair, but you'll have the accessibility to get the Sculpted hair because there's no edition size on it. I like that. Kind of looking after both markets there. So that was cool. The other thing quick to mention also on that Joker is I heard a lot of people speaking on YouTube when this first came out, and that's the thing. It's, you rush to be first on YouTube, but if you rush to be first and you are providing the community with incorrect information, then I said this already, what's the point then? You're better to be last and hit all your notes. There are no two portraits on this Joker, just if anyone's wondering. Everyone was saying with the tongue sticking out is a separate portrait than the other one. It's not. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if it's been discussed yet. I'm not going to come out here and say how they're going to do it. Whether it's by magnet, whether they go in from the back and put the tongue and remove the teeth. But it's one portrait only with the swap out pieces. So keep that in mind. And that's another thing to consider when you're looking at the price point versus, let's say, InArt is, well, with InArt, you're getting two portraits and two bodies, and it's essentially two figures and two separate bases and a whole bunch of really cool accessories. So that's something to consider as well. But yeah, I think we covered pretty much the gist of it. Again, Joker, rooted and sculpted on Sideshow Collectibles site, August 17th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, with a edition size of 4,000. Be sure to RSVP there, and again, have all that banking details all set and be logged in ahead of time, where you can refresh your screen, because there's going to be a ton of people there, and I'll be honest, the chances you're going to grab one are going to be slim. That guy's in a rush. And then the Anakin, the following day, August 18th, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, with an edition size of 3,000. That one I think is going to really fly. So again, have your payment options all prepped and everything. And good luck. I hope if you guys are looking for one, I hope that you do get one. If you don't, look, don't be hard on yourself. It's not the end of the world. It's part of the hobby. It's part of collecting. You guys don't get one, time will come. Just don't get into those paying ridiculous prices in the aftermarket, the scalper prices, because again, yeah, you may luck out and get one at a higher price, and this may skyrocket, but is it worth the risk? Again, that's up to you. Each collector's financial capability is different. Financial wiggle room is different. You know, YouTubers will come on and hype and, yeah, get it, it's cool. But my financial situation may be different than yours, and vice versa, and you just have to look after you. Only you know whether you can afford it or not, and whether you're okay to pay aftermarket prices. Just don't fall into FOMO, because nobody wins there. All right, so we'll put a pin in it here, guys. Appreciate you driving with me in this episode. Stay tuned for more. There's a lot of fun stuff coming on the channel. Collectors Club on Fridays, where we discuss statues. Everyone's welcome. If you collect hot toys, come hang out with us. We discuss some statues, learn about a different part of the hobby, and even hot toys discussions are always welcome. As well as there's going to be some fun stuff coming down the pipeline on the channel as well. I'm working on doing a new show, something small, where I essentially will give community members the mic, and they can talk about whatever they want. Of course, just be respectful. They could talk about whatever they want within the community, have questions, bring up topics, anything they want. They got the mic for about a minute, 2 minutes, and then we'll post it live and have some fun with it. Both statues and hot toy community. So I'll reach out to a few people. If you want to be a part of it, please feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. You can find me in the group, The Everyday Collector. And you can also email me at theeverydaycollector@gmail.com. You guys can always reach out to me. I'm always available to talk. It's been a blast. Remember to always drive safely, and most importantly, collect responsibly. Until next time, enjoy the hobby, and all the best. Take care, guys.